the Boston Celtics have done the absolute unthinkable. They choke another 20-point lead in the second half to just fall to the Knicks again. I don't know if the Knicks are just that good or if it's, the
Bro.
Celtics simply just not closing games. But Mikal Bridges will guard Tatum and have him turned over with like seconds remaining. I do got that clip. Let me see. I'll get that out there. Yeah, let me get this clip out there. But we do have that clip, and yeah.
Going to use the timeout. Plenty of time here. It's Tatum. Robinson's on him. Tatum maneuvering. Oh, the ball knocked away. Another great defensive play for the Knicks. They've got it. They've won it. New York has gone up 2-0. And defense again.
You know what's funny? I was in one of our old group chats at the radio station right at the beginning of that game. I said, "Gentlemen, it is with great displeasure that I must inform you that the New York Knicks are expletive terrible at the game of basketball." And then out of nowhere, just slowly but surely, they stay within like 15, 20 points the whole rest of the game. And then the last 7 minutes happened, and it almost felt like they couldn't miss a shot. And then Boston couldn't buy a bucket the whole fourth quarter. Right? We've been talking about this most of the season, especially getting late into the year, about the Boston Celtics. This team that won a ring last year, the one that we're watching right now, does not remind us of that team from last year. There's just something off about them. There's I don't know what it is. What is it?
They had a fraudulent run last year, my friend. I hate to say it.
I can't say any championship is fraudulent, though.
Bro, it's not like I understand what you're saying, but like the teams they played weren't up to standard as they are this year. Think about it. The Cavs are healthy, but the Pacers are on a different level right now offensively. The Cavs are healthy, had a historic season. The Knicks are healthy. They got a better piece in Cat, so they can cover the paint a lot better. And so they're not going to lose to the Pacers if they play the Pacers, I feel like. And who else? They played – the Celtics played what? The Heat first round.
That was the Cavs that played them.
No, last year.
Last year. Last year, they 4-1 the Heat, 4-1 the Cavs, swept the Pacers, 4-1 the Mavericks.
So look, we played an injured Heat team, injured Heat team because Jimmy Butler was not playing. Okay,
and Jimmy Butler too. Let's be for real.
They won one, but like it would have been way more competitive than it was.
No, really, I think the Heat were like a 9 seed. They just won the tournament.
But the year before or 2 years before, they beat them in 7 against. No, maybe it was the year before. I don't remember, but
it was the year before because they made the finals against the Nuggets. That was the Nuggets ring,
right? And so then they played the Cavaliers, who had no Donovan Mitchell, I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure banged up Evan Mobley. And then they played an unexperienced Pacers team who made it that far because they played an injured Knicks team. So
an inexperienced Mavericks in the championship too.
And Luka, one of the worst defenders in the league last year and arguably this year as well. And Kyrie just got double teamed the entire time because Luka just is that great at offense, but you can just one-on-one Luka and it's great. They have a super team. So now that teams are back up to standard and can actually compete, you can see now the difference between the teams. I mean, obviously Celtics are great, healthy, but they don't have a bench. They don't have a bench to help them out when they're down like that, or when they get up like that. They don't have any closing pieces off the bench, and it showed a lot yesterday because the Knicks are pretty deep. Okay, they got. I know they didn't play everyone yesterday, but they had Cameron Payne. He didn't have a great game, but still. And McBride, Robinson he played pretty good yesterday. And obviously Brunson was okay. And Bridges, Cat actually had a great game yesterday finally, which helped them a lot. They didn't even go over 100 points yesterday. So you just know it was a defensive masterpiece by them yesterday. And I'm still a little iffy on Cat, bro. I need him to start taking some threes, but I want more out of Cat. I know he had 21 and 14 yesterday or 17 yesterday, but that's one guy that I need to see step up a little bit more. But Josh Hart had a great game yesterday. So look, I'm telling you, the Celtics. I don't know. I think that's the reason why. I still think they're going to win the series. I'm not going to lie because I don't believe in New York. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, I mean, when teams that win the first two games of a best of seven series on the road, they win like the series 85% of the time,
Yeah,
or
I saw a stat
86%.
that said that it was the only team. It was 34 teams to like ever come back from a 2-0 deficit out of like 400 times or something like that. So they have like a
Oh yeah,
7% chance.
those two games that the road team would normally win are like 30-5, have a 30
Yeah,
and 5 record. So
right.
it's, I mean,
So
I mean, had to have 20-point comebacks in 3 straight days rather. This is the first time this has happened in the playoffs since they started tracking it. It was in like '98.
yeah,
So it's like
yeah. No, they
it's insane.
they I think game 3 is like a must win for the Knicks. I'll be honest. If they want to really prove a point to Boston and they really want to put this series away, next game they have to win. Like you can't be down by 20 at home. You gotta really give it to them that in game 3 because they're not gonna come back from 3-0. Never seen it. So
Here go Brunson on what he said right after the game.
That's some wild stuff right there.
I'm dying to know if when you were at the free throw line to sink those two, if you were thinking of your end of regulation shot in game 1.
No. I got up there, heard the noise, and then I just tried to block everything out, and then made 2.
The narrative after game 1 was, well, the Knicks won because Boston missed so many threes. But you proved tonight it had nothing to do with how many threes they missed, everything about the talent and the determination of this team. What'd you prove?
We're just going to keep fighting. We just got to keep each other in the locker room, focus on each other, focus on us, and just focus on one thing at a time, never focus on game 3.
MSG is ready for you. Thanks, Jalen.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane. I mean, Mikal Bridges had 14 points in the fourth quarter. That's how you come up clutch. I mean,
yeah, he had a bad game, but he went crazy. And then
that's what great players do. Like Steph Curry did. He didn't play well in the first half, and he ended with 22. Or game 7. He didn't play well at all in the first half.
Yeah, Bridges. That's why they picked him up, bro. They picked him up so he could play that type of defense in the clutch and also make those crazy threes that he was started to making. So, I mean, he only made 2 of them last night, 2 for 8, but the 2 he made were pretty clutch. So, kudos to him.